Before going into the problem, I would like to discuss a bit about the codal provisions as laid down by IS 2911 Part 1 Section 1 2010 Annexure B, that is piles in granular soil. Okay. Now you know the ultimate load capacity, that is capital Q suffix U, is the summation of the end bearing resistance portion and the skin friction resistance portion. This is the end bearing resistance portion. This is the skin friction resistance portion. Okay. So let me tell you about the terms that are used in this equation. The term AP is the cross-sectional area of the pile tip in meter square. Pile tip is the portion where the pile ends in the soil. D is the diameter of the pile shaft in meter that will be given. Gamma is the effective weight of the soil at the pile tip in kilonewton per meter square. Remember, it is at the pile tip where the pile is ending. N, Q and N gamma, these are bearing capacity factor depending upon the angle of internal friction at the pile tip. P suffix D is the effective overburden pressure at pile tip in kilonewton per meter square. This effective overburden pressure we will discuss in detail in the later slides. Talking about the skin friction part, which consists of the K, that is the coefficient of earth pressure. P suffix D is the effective overburden pressure. Delta is the angle of wall friction between pile and between pile and soil for the layer that is it is in. A suffix S is the surface area of the pile shaft in the layer that is it is in. Now, if the pile is passing through several layers, then what we need to do is this K, P, tan delta and AS, for every layer this will be different. The value of K, the value of P suffix Di or tan delta I or A suffix I will be different for each and every layer. So we have to add all this. So that's why the summation is given. This is summation of I is equal to 1 to n, where 1 to n is the number of layers that the pile is installed into. Okay. Okay, going to the next slide. So see, there are notes given in IS 2911 in Annexure B, which is very important for solving problems of the granular soils. Okay, so we will discuss the notes in details while we solve the problem. Okay, going to the problem states that a 12 meter long 300 millimeter dia concrete pile is driven in uniform deposit of sand whose angle of internal friction phi is 30 degree. So the length of the pile is given, the diameter of the pile is given. Okay, the diameter length is given, the diameter of the pile is given, and it is told that concrete pile is driven in uniform deposit of sand. That means it is a concrete pile and it is a driven pile. So that's why it is corresponding to the code IS 2911 part 1 section 1. And uniform deposit of sand, that means only a single layer of sand is there. That means single layer of soil layer or sand layer whose internal friction is 30 degree. Okay, and the water table is at a greater depth and not likely to rise. So the water table will not is at a very far away depth, and it will not impact the calculations of pile. The average dry density of dry unit weight of sand is 18 kilonewton per meter cube. So we denote it by as gamma. It is given as 18 kilonewton per meter cube. Using BIS code, calculate the pile load capacity of the single pile. Okay. Now, as I told earlier, we will first look into the details of effective overburden stress. Okay. Now, the note that I have shown you earlier, we will see it in details. What it is talking about, effective overburden stress. Let us see. Look at note number 5. In working out the pile capacity by static formula, the maximum effective overburden at the pile tip should correspond to critical depth, which may be taken as 15 times the diameter of the pile shaft for phi is equal to less than equal to 30 degree and increasing to 20 times for phi greater than equal to 40 degree. So as you know, due to arching effect in granular soil this thing occurs, that the pile tip will have the effective overburden pressure till this critical length, which will occur at this critical length. For phi is equal to 30 degree, as our phi is 30 degree, that is angle of internal friction, the LCR, that is critical depth length, is 15 times the diameter, that is 15d. Okay, so this is what we need to calculate. So as it is given, L suffix Cr is equal to 15d. So you calculate it. D is diameter of the pile is 0.3. So 15 into 0.3, you will find it is 4.5 meter. Okay. Okay. So you see, up to a depth of 4.5 meter, for instance, this is the pile, and this is the total length, this is 12 meter. Okay. Now till 4.5 meter, the effective stress, that is, if I draw a effective stress diagram, if you draw it, so till 4.5, whatever value it has, it will remain same at the pile tip, if this is the value at pile tip. So if this value, how much is this value? You can find it like gamma into H. So the gamma, that is the unit weight of the sand, is given as 18, and H, the critical depth, is H, that is 4.5, that is 4.5. If you multiply it, you will find 81 kilonewton per meter square. So here the value is 81 kilonewton per meter square, and here also this value remains constant. That means due to arching action of the pile in granular soil, the critical length concept become very important, because whatever stress, effective stress occurs at this critical length, the same effective stress is to be considered at the pile tip. Okay, this will also be same. That is what the note 5 was telling us. Okay, so look at the effective overburden stress, basically effective stress diagram. If you see, this is the effective stress diagram. You see, it starts from here 0, it ends up here at 81 kilonewton per meter square in the critical length, where it is 4.5 meter, and then it remains constant. So the initial 4.5, it is 81 kilonewton per meter square, and the rest 7.5 portion, that is 7.5 plus 4.5, that gives you 12 meter. So at this portion, it is 81 kilonewton per meter square. So at the tip of the pile, that is required for the end bearing portion, we have the effective overburden stress as 81 kilonewton per meter square. But for the skin resistance, you have to remember, we have to divide it into two parts. One is 4.5 meter, where it is varying from 0 to 81. So we have to take the average of it. Whereas in this portion, it is constant at 81 kilonewton per meter square. So we will, in skin friction part, we have to calculate it differently and then add to each other. Okay, so we'll come to that later on. Now for end bearing resistance portion, so this is the initial part, the end bearing resistance portion of the equation. So the thing that we need is diameter of the pile, that is 0.3 meter, cross sectional area of the pile tip, what is it, pi by 4 into 0.3 square. Effective unit weight of soil, it is 18 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay, now this is the part bearing capacity factor, the N gamma and NQ, we have to find it out. So let's refer to the note. What is it talking about? N gamma first. Okay, now see the note 1. N gamma factor can be taken from general shear failure according to IS 6403. So it is referring to the table of bearing capacity from the table IS 6403. Okay, let us see. Now this is the table IS 1 of bearing capacity factor from IS 6403. Now our phi value is 30 degree. Our phi value is 30 degree. So see, this is 30 degree. And for 30 degree, the value of N gamma is this value. This is 22.4. Okay. So the value of n gamma we have got. Okay. So the value of n gamma is 22.4 that we have got from the table 1 of IS 6403. Now for NQ, as per note 2 for driven piles, referring to the graph given in figure 1 of annexure B of IS 2911. So we have to refer to the figure 1. Okay, let us see. So this is the figure 1 and this is bearing capacity factor NQ versus angle of internal friction phi curve. Okay, so you see our value is 30 degree and this is somewhere near 30, just below 30 it is intersecting this curve. So through calculation you can find that n suffix q is equal to 29.1. okay, so the value of nq is 29.1. okay, now if we put all of this, all the values that we have found out from the note and the curve, okay, if we put it, what we find, the first part is a suffix p. So what is a suffix p? It is pi by 4 into 0.3 whole square area of the pile tip, that is multiplied by, let us see, half into d. D here is the diameter of the pile, so it is 0.3 into gamma here is 18 kilonewton per meter cube and n gamma is 22.4. okay, plus PD. I told you at the pile tip the effective stress is 81 kilonewton per meter square and NQ, the value of NQ we already have found out, it is 29.1. okay, bracket close. Now if you solve this, you will find that this value is 170.88 kilonewton. The overall value will be 170.88 kilonewton. So for end bearing resistance portion, this value 170.88 kilonewton we have found out. okay, now we will go to the skin friction portion. So here the value of K we need to find out, that we will get in the note portion. So look at note 3. K suffix I, the earth pressure coefficient depend on the nature of soil strata, type of pile, spacing of pile and its method of construction. For driven pile in loose to dense sand with phi varying between 30 degree and 40 degree, the Ki values in the range of 1 to 2 may be used. So we have 30 degree phi, that is loose kind of soil, so we can take the value of K as 1 as per the note. So we can write K value as 1. okay, now for up to 4.5 effective overburden for the layer, this is already I have told you, the triangular portion, it starts with 0, ends with 81 divided by 2 and you find this value as 40.5 kilonewton per meter square. In this portion we have to take the average because this is not constant. And for the rest portion, that is for 4.5 to 12 meter, effective overburden pressure of the layer is, we can directly write it as 81 kilonewton per meter square. Let me show you the diagram. You see from this diagram, this is 0, this is 81. So for initial 4.5 it has to be the average, and for the rest 7.5 meter it is constant, that is 81 kilonewton per meter square. okay, now let delta be the angle of wall friction. Now as per IS 2911 annexure B note 4, let us see what it is telling. So you look at 4, note 4, delta, the angle of wall friction may be taken equal to the friction angle of the soil around the pile stem. That means delta will be taken equal to phi, that is equal to 30 degree. okay, this is what the note is saying. So we have got delta is equal to phi is equal to 30 degree. Now surface area of the pile shaft in the layer, Now this will vary because up to 4.5 meter, the surface area will be pi into d into length will be 4.5, and from 4.5 to 12 meter, this will be pi into d into 7.5. I hope you have understood this. Okay. Okay, now putting all the values, if we put all the values in the equation of skin friction part, what we get? We get the value of K. The formula, let me write, this is K, the suffix P suffix D, tan delta into AS. This is the actually the standard formula. So for pile length up to 4.5 meter, what we find? The value of K is 1 into value of K is 1 into P suffix D. For up to 4.5 meter, it is 40.5 as we have found out. Okay. Now for tan delta, it is tan 30 degree, and surface area I told you pi into d is 0.3 into 4.5. The length is up to 4.5. Now if you solve this, you will find the value is 99.17. Okay. So for a pile length up to 4.5, you find this value as 99.17. 1 is the K, 40.5 is the effective overburden stress till 4.5 into tan 30 degree into pi into 0.3 into 4.5. This is per the pi dl portion. So you find it 99.17 kilonewton. Okay. Length from 4.5 to 12 meter. So it will be 1 into the value of P suffix D is 81 in this portion because it is uniform, into tan delta, that is tan 30 degree, that is multiplied by pi into 0.3 into 7.5, because from 4.5 to 12 meter it is 7.5 length. So if you solve this, you will get the value around 330.56 kilonewton. Okay. So see, one is the K, PD, the effective overburden stress from 4.5 to 12 meter length is 81. Then delta is equal to 5, that is 30 degrees. So tan delta will be tan 30 degree into pi into D, that is 0.3 into L. The length is 7.5. From 4.5 to 12 it is 7.5. So if you solve this, it becomes 330.56 kilonewton. Okay. So up to pile length up to 4.5 meter it is 99.17. For pile length up to 4.5 to 12 meter it is 330.56 kilonewton. Now if you add both of this, you get the total amount of skin friction. Okay. So adding this both, you will find the value will be 429.73 kilonewton. Okay. So if you add both of this part and this part, you get the value as 429.73 kilonewton. Okay. So for skin friction portion, the value we are getting is 429. The overall value that we are getting is 429.73 kilonewton. Then this value is to be added with the end bearing portion value to get the ultimate load capacity of the pile. So see, in the end bearing resistance portion, we have got 170.88 kilonewton, and in the skin friction resistance portion, we are getting 429.73 kilonewton. Now if we add both, we'll find 170.88 kilonewton plus 429.73 kilonewton. Okay. So if you add this both, you will find the Q suffix U, that is the ultimate load capacity of the pile, and this is 600.61 kilonewton. Okay, so the ultimate load capacity of pile Q suffix U by static analysis on cohesionless soil given in this problem as per IS code is 600.61 kilonewton. Okay, so I hope you all have understood this. I have done this in very detail. Okay, so these are the references that has been used to solve the problems, and you all stay healthy and stay safe, and thank you very much for your patient hearing. Thank you.